Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Terri Morrow.
And I'm Catherine Haleko.
Every Thursday, we're bringing you a library find, a pick from our archives, and a parenting or pop culture tidbit or two. Let's start with Catherine's library find of the week.
This week, I have not so much a library find, but an app that you can use to keep track of your library finds. So
nice.
A couple people that I follow on Instagram have these cool monthly calendars where they show what they've read in the past month. You know, I looked all over for a template or, how are they doing this? And I asked my daughter, who's a digital marketing person, and I'm like, do I have Canva to do this? Which I know I have access to, whatever.
Canva.
And so then a good friend of mine who I know in person posted one of these calendar things. And I'm like, how did you do that? And she said it was this app called Bookmory, I guess. Like books smushed with memory or something. So it's a tracker, and I basically exclusively use it to give me these once a month calendar things to post on Instagram. But I mean, you could, use it. How many minutes did you read today? Or how many pages did you read every day? You could use it for that. And, you can give a star rating to every book that you finish, and you can do comments about it and tag them in all different kinds. There's it has a lot of functions that I don't care about. And it also has a paid version. I don't know what you get for that. I definitely don't need it.
This is the problem I'm having with apps now, is that they always have more functions than I know what to do with. It's could something just do the one thing I want to do and don't do anything else, please? Thank you.
Well, I just ignore all that other stuff. And when it tells me you need to
taking up space,
you need to back up, sign into Google, and I'm I don't care, because if I lose it, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to be able to make those little calendars and post them, and oftentimes I'll prompt a little conversation about something that I read. So I'm having fun with it. It's just nice. When I first started using it, I was carefully every day saying okay, I read up to this page, or, and then I realized the calendar would just put the book in every day until from when you start until you finish. So I didn't need to be so compulsive about it. Although it, sometimes if I don't have a bookmark, then, you could use this to give you, to remind yourself where you left off. But anyway, I realized I didn't even need to do that. I would just go ahead and use it for the calendar, for the once a month calendar.
Cool.
There we are.
Nice.
Bookmory.
Sounds good. If I read books at any sort of pace at all, that would be appealing. For my random recommendation this week, I have not so much an item or a piece of entertainment or a book, so much as a public service announcement, especially for you, let's say you friendly older ladies who see the young people going door to door selling things, and you feel well, good for you, honey, for get having a job and going out. Well, it must be so hard out in the heat there. And, she came to my door and she was so friendly and it was so hot, so I let her in, and then we went and sat down and we chatted for a long time. For those who might do this, and for more of my recent humiliating experience along those lines, see my Substack, Too Old for Cool. It'll be in there today. But let's just jump over that and get to the point where I say, if somebody asks to see your energy bill, do not show it to them. You might think this young person is saying, I represent this other energy company and we can save you a huge amount of money, and maybe you just paid a bill that was very high and you think, I would like to pay less money. And they're telling you things that don't quite make sense. And they say, well, do you have your power bill? Let me just look at your power bill. And you might think, well, they know where I live. What harm could there be? The harm there could be is that on your power bill are two numbers, one for electricity, one for gas, that if somebody knows those numbers, they can switch you to another company without your consent.
Whoa.
Why it's that easy to do, why somebody hasn't changed a law to make that not possible, I do not know. But if the clever young person sees your bill and either has a super good memory or says, let me just take a picture of this or whatever, once they have those two numbers, they don't have to sell you on anything. They can just do it.
Mm.
So I did much worse than that. I uploaded my bill to their website. But still, if somebody comes to your door and says, let me see your bill, I'll show you how we can help you out, say thank you, goodbye. Yeah. Don't show them the bill. So I saw that online and I thought, well, that sounds very alarmist. So I wrote my note to my power company and they said, yeah, if they come to your door asking to see your power bill, that's what they're looking to do and they can switch you over.
Wow.
But fortunately, my power company will send me a letter saying, are you sure? And I have 7 days to say, don't do it.
Okay.
So if you've already done this and are going,
uh-oh. Oh, no.
Theoretically, you'll get a letter from your company saying, we hate to see you go. Did you mean to go? Mm-hmm. And you can say, no, I did not.
Say no.
But, it seems like it shouldn't be that easy. It seems like the problem here is that it's that easy. But also, don't let people in your house.
Yeah.
Just wish them well from your closed door. But so stupid. I'm that old lady now. But anyway.
Yeah, this is why I hide when the doorbell rings.
Yes. Just, it may seem harmless to show somebody your power bill. Don't do it.
Yeah.
This is true in New Jersey. I think it's true in other places also. So
I just didn't even know that there were alternatives,
Yeah. Well, there are. Whether they're legitimate alternatives, I can't tell you. Right. I would rather stay with the one who's currently supplying me with overpriced electricity and gas than go off with somebody else who says right now it'll be so much cheaper until next month, in which case it'll be double.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Just as a point of advice.
Yeah.
As a public service announcement.
Right.
To all you kind, good-hearted people who would say, what's the harm? I'll talk to this young person for a little while. I'll let them in the air conditioning. They want to see my bill. What can it hurt?
Right.
That's how it can hurt. So I haven't had anything happen yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. Either that or she was casing the place to rob it. Either way, I feel,
Yeah.
But probably you've heard the advice too. Don't be an idiot and let strangers into your house. So I'm going to add the little bit on don't show people your power bill. Nobody needs to know that but you. Don't even show your spouse. Just pay it. Don't take any chances. See, if we were a traditional old-fashioned household where my husband handled all the bills, I would not have access to the power bill.
Right. So you just have to say oh, well,
You have to talk to my husband about that, and he doesn't like people, so.
You're out of luck.
Oh, man.
Goodness.
This leads us into our archives, doesn't it?
Yes.
The joys of home ownership, which we talked about on August 17th of 2022.
And it's also probably topic. Many times before
many
that.
Many times before. Oh, my goodness, is there always something?
Always.
We also had a nice young man come by trying to sell us pest control services, and we let him in the house, and he sold us pest control services. And I said, mostly we're concerned about the mice, and so they gave us a bunch of glue traps, which the mice just laughed at, and so now we still have mice, and we're paying money to a pest control service. So
no.
I'm feeling like possibly we need to move to some assisted living place where people will say, no, Mrs. Morrow, no, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
We got it under control.
No more home ownership for you, honey. You're an easy mark.
Oh,
but the mice, I think there may just be one mouse now. But I don't, we told the pest control people the mouse is still here. they're not buying the traps. And then he says, okay, well, we have some poison traps we can put down. And see what they do is and starts describing me the metabolic process by which this kills the mice. And I'm like, no, I'm too soft-hearted for that. That's okay. I can clean up their poop when they poop on the counter. It's okay. No, go away. Nobody like humanely comes in and says mousy, mousy, mousy and takes them someplace. Because our mice are very clever. We tried the no-kill traps, and that didn't work. We tried the glue traps, and they just, carefully avoided them.
Also, the glue traps, they're going to be like stuck to it, but alive.
It's horrifying.
Yeah,
Yes. It's as horrifying as the poison. And they were already up by the time I knew that they were doing that.
I feel like the old-timey spring is probably the most humane option.
Yes. We've had in the past, we've trapped them with like baited things with peanut butter and they get stuck in there and then we take it out and let them go someplace.
Yeah.
But the mice that we have now are not having it. They're like, you think we're stupid? Because we're living behind an oven doesn't mean we're stupid.
Yeah.
So they're just like, we think not.
Right.
And you'll find like poop like right next to the trap. Like,
I poop on your trap.
Exactly. But not in it because that would be bad. No, they're like, I see what you're doing. And we're just, no. So I think for the moment, we're just going to coexist. Mm-hmm. I wish I could charge them rent. I could charge them rent. I could charge the groundhog who has a burrow in our backyard rent, and I could charge the rabbit under the front steps rent. We could make a little change to pay the utility bill.
Yeah,
they don't. Well, the mice gets the benefit of the air conditioning. The groundhog and the bunny do not.
Right.
But still.
Have you considered a cat?
I have considered a cat. My husband, not so much.
Absolutely not.
I have proposed it a number of times.
Yeah.
We could always, what do you think about getting a cat? Because, our local animal shelter has cats galore.
Right.
You go there looking for a dog and it's like, how about the cat? You want a cat? How about this cat? How about that cat? Look at this cat. How about cats? How about cats plural?
Right.
So, yeah, I think that would be a hard sell because he didn't necessarily want a dog.
Right.
We have a dog. And the dog has no interest in catching mice whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, the dog, I've discussed here before how the dog crawls up on a shelf on a side table when it's thundering.
Yes.
And now it also crawls up on, I have a giant bin of my son's old cars because I can't bear to get rid of them under my desk. And there's like enough room for me to put my feet up on this trunk, but not that much more. And the dog got up on top of it yesterday and was hiding under my desk. So she's a talented girl.
Yes.
You'd think she could squeeze behind the oven and get rid of the mice.
When we were living in New Jersey, we were living in this like small condo building. Like there were only 6 units in it, and our neighbor downstairs had some mice, and he said, "Can you bring your dog down here?" And just to scare them away. And yeah, it didn't work.
It doesn't work. I mean, I imagine there's some dogs that would scare mice, but we don't have those.
Yeah, I
don't know. My old dog, my last dog, the one that killed her, a groundhog, she might have been able to strike some fear in the heart of a mouse. But this dog is more likely to go hide from him. She's moving things in there. I'm going in that room.
Something's happening. I'm not interested. Yeah.
Let me go hide someplace. Yeah. But yeah, a cat. You know what? But what, have you had cats that have been mouse?
I've never had a cat in my life.
Or would I get a cat that went?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I feel like I would get a cat who would go, more tuna, please. I don't like raw meat. I will take some of your finest cat food. Thank you. But why would I catch that item and put it in my mouth?
Yeah, cats are more like carnivorous than dogs, right? So
yeah. I guess theoretically, it depends on the cat. I would think. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe live and let live, except for the pests in my backyard now who are being poisoned by this stuff the nice man, nice kid who came to my door, sold us. Please, I may need to get a Ring doorbell so I can make sure if it's a young person that I don't know, I need to not open the door. Because grandma will let them in. And I didn't serve them food and drink. But I thought about it.
Well, what you could do is be like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, but here's a bottle of water. So that you could feel a little better.
I tried to give the girl a bottle of water on her way out. Yeah. Yeah, but then once you open the door, they're
wedging their foot right
putting their foot in.
I don't know.
I just need to hide someplace and never listen to the doorbell.
I hide from the doorbell for sure.
Get a ring.
Because I work in the dining room, which faces the street, right? I don't.
Right.
Well, I can't see. I can see depending on which direction somebody comes from, and if I happen to be looking up, I might see, if they're walking by. But generally, I don't figure it out until they're on the porch ringing the bell, and then I can't see them from where I'm sitting. But if they were to, get off the porch and walk a few feet away and look in the window, then they could see me. So I slink away from my chair, and then I walk around, and there is a room where you can kind of maybe peek through, from the TV room through the screen porch to the front porch, where the front door is. And sometimes I can finagle my way to be like, I don't know this person. I'm almost never ever gonna actually answer.
You need those Ring doorbells allow you to say something to the person.
Yeah, I think they
do.
do.
Porch, right? Scat. Go away. Not interested. This is the dog. The people aren't here. Please do.
I know. My dogs are always barking their heads off when there's somebody at the door. And I always think, the people must be like, well, they must be home. The dog's barking. Nope. Not answering.
People used to put up no solicitor signs. Can you still do that? If you did that, would these young people know that
that's the thing. Is it enforceable in any way?
They want no British attorneys here. I don't understand.
Right. Yeah, I don't know whether that means anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Well, our homeowner situations recently include our water got shut off.
Oh, no.
Because of work being done.
Well, that's right.
So we... Again? Remember?
I do.
This last happened in April or something. This is still going on.
Oh my gosh. That's not acceptable.
They did give us, 24 hours notice. And so we did our whole thing of filling up the bathtub with water so we can flush the toilet and all that stuff. And they did stick to their, it'll be from noon to 5. And then they'll turn it back on. And they did. So, and then unrelated, we have the gas company coming to change our meter. So, like you said, I'm now concerned that our bill is going to triple after that. Oh.
I would worry.
Yeah.
But it's not like you do a lot of heating in Wisconsin, so you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
No problem.
Let's think of one other home story that we can bring it out on. What else has happened to your home besides no water? There must be something else.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. This summer, we have had earwigs like nobody's business. Oh. Do you know what these are?
They don't sound pleasant. I would think there was something in your ear, but since we're talking about home ownership, I imagine they're a bug that's in your home.
It's a bug. It's bigger than an ant. And it has horns. It has these two little horns on the top of its head. And they're so gross. And they're just every day I feel like I'm dealing with an earwig.
They're just wandering around. They're not crawling into your ear or anything.
No, they're mostly in the kitchen and bathroom. Like, they must like the water because that's where I usually find them. And it's just like nasty.
Ugh.
Like, well, yeah. I'm able to just, they're not fast. They're kind of like dumb and slow. So you can just
That's the kind of bug I like, dumb and slow.
Yeah, you can just grab them
at a time. The thing about ants is you see 500 of them at a time.
Yeah, it's not like that. Okay. It's just one or two, usually just one. But like once I was in the shower and I saw one and it's like, I don't have anything. I don't have like a tissue to squash it with. Like, I just had to just keep eye going. On it. Yes, exactly. So, yeah.
We had also mostly in our bathroom. I don't know if I talked about this before. Teensy titsy, the ittiest bittiest possible spider. Just like the size of a period in a book. Just itsy bitsy, but it would be moving. You would see this little speck and think it was dust, and then it would move. And then if you looked at it, I took a picture of it with my phone so I could blow it up, and sure enough, it had the requisite number of legs to be a spider. And you would just look up at the ceiling, and there would be little dots. And you'd look at the toilet seat, and there would be little dots. And
oh no,
I can't see that well, so I have to take my glasses off and put my face right down next to the toilet seat to make sure there's no spiders on it.
Oh no,
It was pretty harrowing there for a while. But where did these things come from? It's like they're not there, and then all of a sudden they're there.
Yeah, then they're there.
Stop it. Stop it. You can stay outside where all the poison is. It's fine. It's lovely. Probably doesn't target your species. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, joys of home ownership, y'all.
Yep. There we go.
All of you who are don't have to deal with this sort of stuff yourself. Hope we just made your day. And thank you for listening. You can find all our episodes on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com.
You can also talk to us on our Facebook page, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamatude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years.